The Denver Nuggets are surging right now, and do they have Carmelo Anthony to thank for it? I'm Larry Beal, joined in studio by Yahoo Sports NBA writer Mark Spears. You know, as Melo gets set to return to Denver for the first time since the trade, you look back at that deal, and you can make the case that this is one of the rare instances where a superstar trade takes place and the team that gives up the star actually gets real value back in return.
Well, you know, I have to give credit to Masai Ujiri, their general manager, and their owner, Josh Kroenke. They were young guys in the game when this was taking place with Melo, and they were getting chastised, laughed at. But, you know, both of them just kept fighting to get the right deal, and they wouldn't just succumb to the pressure. They really got a lot of great players from the Knicks, proven players that could play now. And instead of taking a dive, the Nuggets have stayed in the playoffs and have been competitive and are one of the top teams in the West. And you know, it's because of the value that Melo had and Chauncey Billups had. But their front office, I think, did a fantastic job of squeezing the most out of this Carmelo Anthony deal and making it happen.
Also, I think we would be remiss if we did not recognize George Karl as coach, because it was falling apart. It seemed to be falling apart.
George has told me that was the most stressful year of his entire coaching career. He was mentally exhausted daily, answering all the questions. Where's Mel going? Why? And he probably was the happiest person in Colorado when Melo got traded. I think it tore on him more so than anybody else in the organization.
And you look at all the pieces they have now with Lawson and Gallinari and Fareed, the Manimal. They have a nice team, difficult to play against. Coming back to Melo here for a second, do you think he was fully appreciated for what he did with the Nuggets? Because you want to talk about off the radar before he got there. I mean, they were they hadn't even taken off.
You know, I covered those Nuggets teams in the late 90s and the early 2000s, and they were awful. They were like fighting with the Clippers for worst supremacy. I talked to Marcus Camby about this the other day. They won 17 games the year before Melo got there. They had a poll of who was the most popular Nugget, and Rocky the Mountain Lion mascot won. I mean, that's just how bad it was.
For all the players.
Over all the players. They hadn't been to the playoffs in years. Melo comes in, and they get in. You know, LeBron didn't play in the playoffs his first year. Melo did. Probably should have been Rookie of the Year. Ever since then, they've been to the playoffs. He's arguably the greatest player they've ever had. He changed how the franchise was looked at. Because of him, Kenyon Martin came, Andre Miller came, Marcus Camby re-signed. I mean, he made it cool to come to Denver, and they've just carried on without him. So I think while he'll probably get booed strongly, there will be a day where his number 15 will be in the Pepsi Center Raptors, and he'll be appreciated.
You're not bashing Rocky, though, are you?
Rocky is the best mascot in the game, hands down. Any sport, college, little kid mascot.
Philly
he
fanatic?
Could make anybody. The dude makes half-court shots backwards.
Thank you. This is Yahoo Sports coverage of the NBA.